Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I've finally had a chance to open up the Dark Imperium a bit better, get open the box with all the sprues in, and finally get some glue down. And so this video we're going to be covering the building of the Death Guard from that Dark Imperium box set. A few gotchas, my thoughts on the models, and so on. So looking at sprues then, we've got two pretty much identical sprues. These contain all the poxwalkers and then a couple of components to a semi-similar Plague Marine. And I'll kind of explain a bit more about that as we get to the Plague Marine build. And then we get another frame with the Fetid bloat-drone and all the character parts. And then another frame with more of the Death Guard. So that's the frames. So the first unit I'm going to be building here is the Noxious Blightbringer, as it handily says on the screen for me. So most of these models very simple to put together, very detailed, but only contain anywhere between 2 parts and about 5 parts. So really easy to put together. Very original casting process, because some of the ways these bits go together is very weird. Like you'll get a head and a shoulder pad and a weapon, all composed of one part, which is a bit weird. But yeah, that dude went together pretty easily as all the others. Just sort of test fitting and dry fitting each part as you go along, because although the instructions are quite clear, applying that to the actual plastic can be a bit tricky. And trying to just work out exactly how some of these combinations go together, they're a bit weird. But as you can see, just sort of working out where the glue goes, making sure that everything's cleaned up. Obviously I've cleaned and trimmed all the parts before I've put them together. Makes it a lot easier. I've got a little pile of shards of sprue sat on the corner of my desk right now. But yeah, just putting this dude together. He's the sort of the sorcerer of the unit as such. He's the guy that's going to have all the psychic powers. He's the only one in the entire Dark Imperium box set that does have a psychic phase. This was a little bit weird. This was the sort of the front tassel of his cloak, really, and it's a weird little spot on the middle of his chest that's got a little lug on it that goes in, and then that attaches to the head. But that was a bit weird trying to work that bit out. And then finally, the Lord of Contagion. Now he's really detailed, comes with a massive base, and he's a massive model, but surprisingly very few parts. So he's got some little nurglings that go around his left foot. They go together there, so there's sort of 2 parts of nurglings that go under that foot. Then there's his right foot goes onto the main part of the torso, and then he's got sort of this weird backpack, and then the axe or the scythe, whatever you want to call it, that goes across the entire chest piece. Really detailed model, and surprising from the casting process. Now the only problem obviously is everyone who's bought this box set is going to have models that are 90%, I'd say, going to be looking exactly the same, unless you've really gone to town with your conversions. Most people's models are going to look the same, but as you add more units to the army, it'll become a bit more diverse. But moving on to the Fetid bloat-drone, again, really simple to put together. So it's got 2 main torso parts, a front head component, and then 4 components make up the weapons, and then you've got 3 jet engine parts. So yeah, for a lovely looking model, again, really simple to put together. You've got to give the designers a little bit of credit for this. I know they're all designed in CAD and 3D rather than sculpted these days, but it's still an impressive process. And all the parts, like these weapons here, they're all keyed on the side of the model, so you can't really go wrong. You can't put one on the wrong side, which is quite handy if you're a bit stupid like I can be sometimes. And then yeah, he's got 3 engine parts. Again, you can't even get these wrong either, as I nearly managed to try and get it wrong and realised it wasn't working. As you can see on the video, I've only got 2 engines here. One of them's actually the top, and I'm trying to fit it to the right hand side of the screen, the left hand side of the model, and then carefully looking at it, realise actually it goes on the top. So that was a bit of a comedy moment. But yep, found the other part and cleaned that up. Now always look at the instructions. That's something I always preach, and failed to spot the fact that it had 3 engines. But there we go, problem fixed. Quick clean up of that component, and there we go, the Fetid bloat-drone is complete. So move on to the Plague Marines themselves then. So this is the Plague Champion. He's got a Power Fist and a Plague Knife. Again, really simple to put together. It's sort of, what, I think it was 3, maybe 4 parts, and you can see how quickly that's just gone together. Even though this is on 4 or 5 times normal speed, really piece of cake to put together. And most of the others were the same. So you either sort of get 2 parts that make the body, you may get a separate head, and then you may get 1 or 2 parts that make up the weapons. But for new people getting into the hobby, compared to the old sort of snap fit models that came in a couple of starter boxes, these are far better, and just look really beautiful. So painting wise, they're going to be just as much as a challenge as if you were putting together the older style Death Guard that came in metal, or the conversion parts from Forge World and so on. They look pretty good. And yeah, just racing through, finishing off the Death Guard models. Now, I did mention there was almost like a duplicate, so it shares about 75% of the same parts. And I think I actually hold it up in this video to compare the two, but it's got a slightly different front and a slightly different backpack. But other than that, but it does make a big difference on how the model looks. So even though a lot of the components are shared, just that slight bit of variation makes a big difference. And I think that is the last 2 of the models that I actually put together here. But there we go. So a quick flyover of the Death Guard models. You can see there the Lord of Contagion leading the beast there. Now, I didn't put together the Poxwalkers on video. They are 2 parts. Really easy. I didn't want to burn video time and your precious time watching a video of me putting together 2x10 units of Poxwalkers. So they're identical builds off the same frame, so they are exactly the same, just 2 models of each, and they are literally just either a head or a weapon and a body. Really cleverly cast, to be honest, to get a good model off of a single sprue without having 2 body parts, as it were. But there we go, that's the unit there. Now, I have also gone and built the Primaris Marines. Here's a quick flyover of those dudes. I will be showing their construction in a separate video, and again talking about my opinions on those. But overall, Death Guard, pleasure to put together, really simple. I'm looking forward to more Death Guard models coming out in this kind of scale. They're pretty big, pretty hench. Looking forward to getting a couple of test games together, and more importantly getting some paint down on these models. But there you go, that's the Death Guard component of the Dark Imperium box set. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below if you've built yours, had any games yet, planning on a big Death Guard army. But until then, I shall catch you on the next video.